Recording button.
Recording it. Go on, go on, go on.
Here, Mark. You want a raid screen cap?
Perfection.
Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect.
There, and I have a headline. I have a very juicy headline that will be perfect for that thumbnail.
Okay.
There you go. Now you can cut this and go doo 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 doo.
Hello and welcome back to Archaeoscoop. I am joined by the fantastic Michelle Franklin, and this week, as ever, we are going to be examining interesting and fun archaeological news stories. How art thou, Michelle?
Thou art well, actually. So Mark and I were talking about. I had just interviewed the wonderful Dr. Francis Young
Mhm.
about pagany things in his new book about Baltic paganism and how long that lasted. And my first article of the week, while it's not about Baltic paganism,
Mhm.
there is a little mistake in the headline. And Mark, we'll see. I will first read the article,
Mhm.
and you will then tell me what is wrong with this headline.
Okay.
And so the headline, so it comes from Archaeo News.
Mhm.
The headline is Earliest Known East Anglian Gold Coin Found. A fusion of pagan and Christian imagery. And
Mhm.
so I will read, Mark will put the picture up here and I will read what it is about. A rare gold coin dating back to the early Anglo-Saxon period has been discovered near Norwich, UK, by metal detectorists. Experts say it is the oldest known coin from East Anglia, dating between 640 and 660 AD, and
Mhm.
represents a remarkable blend of Christian and pagan iconography during a time of major religious transformation in England. During a time of major transformation in England. And I
Hmm.
say it like this because when when did the Anglo-Saxons become Christian, Mark?
At least 100 years before then.
And so this period marks a pivotal chapter in early medieval England as Anglo-Saxon kingdoms began gradually converting to Christianity following a
Hmm.
mission from Rome and Ireland. Pagan traditions, however, remained deeply rooted in the culture. Question mark, did they? Resulting in a transitional era where religious symbols and practices were often overlapped. A prime example of the syncretism is King Redwald of East Anglia, who believed to be
Hmm.
who is believed to have embraced both belief systems, reportedly keeping altars to Christ and pagan gods side by side. The famous Sutton Hoo ship burial, widely associated with Raywald, contains grave goods reflecting both Christian and pre-Christian symbolism. However, as Mark will tell you, that they that does not mean that they worshipped both. It
No.
could just be that they liked the iconography or that they liked the gold and therefore it was valuable and buried it with them.
Yeah.
Artifacts like this newly discovered coin provide rare and tangible evidence, is it tangible evidence, of how those two spiritual worlds coexisted
Hmm.
and influenced one another during the 7th century. So, Mark, I'll repeat it again. Earliest known East Anglian gold coin found a fusion of pagan and Christian imagery. What is wrong with this headline?
Uh, well, there wouldn't have been pagan imagery on coinage at that
And
time.
so on the coinage, there is obviously some knots, but there is a cross,
Yeah.
and there is also what people call the was it Valknüter,
Yeah.
which people mistakenly think is pagan.
Yeah.
And Mark, what's wrong with the Valknut?
Uh, well, well, people suggest it's linked with Odin's power and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But wasn't it made by Christian monks?
Yeah, so there is currently no evidence for the knot of the slain
Yeah.
uh, in any Norse source whatsoever.
No.
And so this
Mm.
coin shows it, and we do not know that this is pagan imagery at all. So it's it is it looks like, for those who don't know, and for those maybe who are only listening, it looks like a triple triangle
Yeah.
interconnected. And it is not the knot of the slain. Some people
Mm.
supposed it was, and so therefore people mistakenly think that this is pagan imagery or something to do with Odin, but we do not know that.
No.
And this is something that is perpetuated Many, many times do people mistakenly think that this is a pagan thing, and
Uh,
it is not.
Interestingly, there are two little tidbits that come out of what you've just been talking about. First of all, I noticed a few years ago now that there is a paper towel dispensing machine company that uses the Valknut as their logo. I will attempt to
Okay,
find. I'll attempt to find that and put it on the
that's
screen.
great.
Yeah.
Is it wiping with the past? Is that what they?
I thought you were going to say, "Is it whiting with the past?" Oh, oh. Um, the second thing is that with regards to Raidwald, it's not just necessarily that that the grave goods could be reflecting, say, an aesthetic appreciation for the trappings of paganism, etc. But
Mhm.
crucially, by definition, actually, not even unless you're a pharaoh who spends the whole life preparing essentially their death. By definition, once you're dead, you have no say about what's with you in the grave.
That's right. And as
And
Mark has said many times, the burials are for the living.
yeah, they're for the living. You don't bury yourself, hopefully not anyway. And and in that sense, the
If you do, I mean, film it and put it on for content. I'm sure people would enjoy. You ever used know that meme? You know what was it? Is it SpongeBob where he lies down and then
yeah,
goes whoop, like
yeah,
that? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, perfect. But in that sense, the it could well be that that other people, maybe even for political reasons or for strongly held religious belief reasons, or someone was whispering in someone's ear, well, we should include this stuff in the grave, otherwise he may be lost, or whatever for whatever reason. The point is it's not easy to always to read these things, and Raidwald's tomb is an interesting example. Also, obviously, Time Team this summer have been back there, haven't they? Back in amongst
Yes.
Sutton Hoo, yeah. So well worth checking out on the YouTubes. My first story of the week is it's quite a nice one, although I wouldn't recommend clicking on it because it's from
Because
it's from the Northern Echo, similar in that sense to the Chronicle Live website, whereby you are assailed with so many adverts.
oh,
It's like old 90s sort of, uh,
what do you mean? I love GeoCities. It was amazing. Or Angel Fire, where everything
Yep,
popped up and you'd be like,
yep,
just
yep.
completely bombarded.
But it's from Bishop Auckland, a place in County Durham, which I'm very familiar with, where for the past 8 years or so, Durham University have been doing an excavation in the grounds of the Bishop's Palace. Bishop Auckland is the official, or for a long time was the official home of the so-called Prince Bishops of County Durham. These were obviously bishops who were crucially allowed to gather their own taxes and raise their own armies. In
Oh, that's not circumspect at all.
No, not at all.
No,
Uh,
not at all.
but it's always going to lead to good things. But they
Yeah.
they basically were tasked with looking after the north of England from raiders, and Bishop Auckland therefore has a lot of history, and it's been an excellent testing ground for the archaeology department, my alma mater, to do some training digs. And I just need to slightly widen the website because it's in a strange format. An 8-year archaeological dig is drawing to a close after more than 1,000 participants helped uncover the medieval past buried beneath the grounds of Auckland Palace. The campaign, led by Durham University's Department of Archaeology, TM, in Spain, partnership with with the Auckland with the Auckland project, has been running since 2018 and involves students, volunteers, archaeology enthusiasts, and others of all ages. Each year, the site in Bishop Auckland serves as a field training ground for first-year archaeology students from the university, giving them practical experience while helping to uncover the long-hidden history of the palace and its surroundings. There's Chris Gerard, cool. Professor Chris Gerard from the Department of Archaeology at Durham University, TM, said Auckland Palace will be, as far as we're concerned, one of the best understood bishops' palaces in Western Europe from an archaeological point of view. That there's a lot of caveats there. Um,
Asterisk.
yeah,
Best.
asterisk, yeah. Asterisk TM. Excavations have revealed that substantial parts of the palace complex, including walls, towers, gatehouses, etc., were built obviously by the medieval Prince Bishops of Durham. And among the most significant finds is a two-story chapel constructed in 1300 by Bishop Beck, B-E-K, believed to have been the largest of its kind in Britain. Again, that tax money was being spent well by these powerful men. The layout of the chapel
We
is
don't
now
need roads, just, bishops.
the layout of the chapel is now commemorated in the courtyard of Auckland Palace's Faith Museum. Other discoveries include a 17th century house built by Sir Arthur Hazelrig, a prominent parliamentarian during the English Civil War. This structure was uncovered during the 2024 dig and featured on BBC Two's Digging for Britain. So it's been a biggie, and it's a heck of a site. And it's a little bit after my time. When I was a student at Durham, we were doing excavations at the previous test site, which was Binchester Roman Fort, also in County Durham. But I visited the excavation a couple of times while it's been underway, and it's going to be interesting to see where they go next, I suppose. But it's the value of returning to a site, I suppose, is what I want to highlight here. In some cases, for example, at Vindolanda, as we talked about in previous episodes, you literally have a family that just buys the place and then turns it into a charitable trust. In other cases, you have institutions basically doing the work that otherwise would be a public sector burden. So in the case of Binchester, the council didn't want to have to dig or pay for archaeology to be done at this site to understand it better. So actually the university said, we'll do it, did it at a cut price, and got to train their students as well. So it's a good thing. And also it provides
Cheap labor.
Yeah, cheap, yeah, by definition, cheap labor. But also it provides obviously a finer grain, a finer resolution of understanding. It's not a 1 week or even a 6 month or even a 3-day excavation. It's a long-term view, and that's a good thing. It's good that these things happen, and I wonder where they're going to go next.
Hopefully somewhere that pays.
Hopefully somewhere that pays, yeah.
Or hopefully that they'll create something that will give students an opportunity to get paid work, or to learn, at least cultivate their skills.
What was it you were saying at the weekend at the Comic-Con? Get a table.
I said, oh yes, yeah, that was right. Joseph Conrad, who is a very well-known humorist. He showed up to our table, and I said, "What are you doing? What are you doing here?" And he said, "No, just here." Actually, he was there with his brother, who is a comic artist as well. And so I said, "Are you here tabling?" And he said, "No, I'm not." And I said, "What are you get a table, get paid, bitch."
Precisely, yes, yeah. So yeah, get a.
And so then he went on to talk about his shirt and how he got it from Shein, which I will not shop at because it's all child labor. And but again, if you do, that's fine. I don't judge people. And he says, like, $11 from Shein, you can't beat it. And I said, "Ooh, made by kids." And he's
Indeed, you can't beat it, but you can beat the child that made it.
I'm so glad I don't buy from him. And so I said, yeah, the kids long for the mines. It gives them something to do. Get them started early. Yeah. So he said, yeah, it's like summer camp.
Yeah. Sure.
On that horrifically morbid note, let's talk about something else, less morbid, which is archaeologists have recreated the long-lost recipe for Egyptian blue, the world's oldest known synthetic pigment.
Okay.
So this comes from the Smithsonian. Created 5,000 years ago, the mysterious color has been found on artworks and artifacts throughout the ancient world. There are different pigments of blue, but this one is a very specific one. This pigment's recipe was lost to history, and now it is found. So thousands of years ago, Egyptians created the world's oldest synthetic pigment, Egyptian blue, specifically Egyptian blue. Despite its name, the mysterious material's true color ranged from a blue to green. Archaeologists have spotted it on ancient coffins, sculptures, murals, and ceramics. The oldest example of Egyptian blue decorates a small alabaster bowl dating to 3,250 BCE. The pigment was later used by Romans who conquered ancient Egypt in the 1st century BCE, and then again by Renaissance artists. The color eventually faded into obscurity, but now scientists have finally figured out how to bring it back to life. Researchers from Washington State University The Carnegie Museum of Natural History and Smithsonian's Museum Conservation Institute recently teamed up to recreate Egyptian blue, according to a study published in the journal NPJ Heritage Science. The team created 12 different recipes for the pigment, combining crystalline silicon dioxide, copper, calcium, and sodium carbonate. They then heated these mixtures for more than 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I apologize to everybody else in the world who's not American.
I'll put it on screen.
1,800 degrees Fahrenheit for up to 11 hours.
Wow.
One of the things that we saw with small differences in the process, you got very different results. Lead author John McCloy, director of Washington State School of Mechanical and Materials Engineering, says in a statement, the 12 pigments are united by one key quality. They contain a mineral called Kurorivite,
Well done.
or Kurorivite. Man, this is spelled crazily, man. Which is excited by the red light. Chloe says, tells the person who's interviewing him at NPR. It has a luminescence and it gives off an infrared light.
Okay.
So that's what makes it different. Archaeologists have long known about this quality, and they've used red light to identify Egyptian blue on artifacts before. This technique exposes the pigment even through other layers of paint. You could have a painting that was repaired later with different blue, and you can very clearly see where Egyptian blue is shining with a light on it, and then looking at it through with the infrared, said McCloy. 5 years ago, researchers discovered that Raphael used Egyptian blue in a fresco called Triumph of Galatea, which the Renaissance painter created for Rome's Villa Bernicia. In 1512, Raphael may have recreated the old pigment to mimic a technique used by ancient Romans, who commonly mixed a bit of Egyptian blue with white to make human eyes seem translucent and more natural. And there you go.
Nice. I've just got that.
A happy and positive story, unlike last week.
Yes. The Ichne on the incest day. I'm just gonna say I've just got that song in my head. The blue dabba dee dabba da dabba dee dabba.
No, don't cut to it, Mark. Don't cut to it. He's gonna cut to it. He's gonna cut to it. I know it.
You'll have to watch. You'll have to see.
I'm blue, dabba dee dabba da. I'm blue, dabba dee dabba da.
Blew his house and a blue. Yeah. My second story of the week comes from Peru, and it is the story of a 3,500-year-old city which has been uncovered in Barranca province. Archaeologists have announced the discovery of an ancient city in Peru's northern Barranca province. The 3,500-year-old city, named Penico, rather.
Apologize to all the Peruvians who speak Quechua.
Actually, I looked this one up.
Wow.
Yes.
Penico.
My name's Horsley. Hello.
I wish you would tell the story of what was his name? The person that you met at university who sounded like that.
Oh God,
He said-
Hamish.
the one who said, very good to meet a fellow Celt.
Yes. So lovely to meet a fellow Celt. Welcome. Anyway.
My favorite story. I love it so.
Yeah. Horsley
Sorry,
Nibbleswick. So 3,500-year-old city named Penico, is believed to have served as a key trading hub, connecting early Pacific coast communities with those living in the Andes Mountains and the Amazon basin. Located some 200 kilometers north of Lima, the site lies around 600 meters, 1,970 feet above sea level, and is thought to have been founded between 1800 and 1500 BCE. Around the same time that the early civilizations were flourishing in the Middle East and Asia. Not sure why that's relevant, but okay. Researchers say the discovery sheds light on what became the America's oldest civilization, the Caral. Have you ever heard of the Caral? No, me neither, interestingly. Drone footage released by researchers shows a circular structure on a hillside terrace at the city's centre, surrounded by the remains of stone and mud buildings. 8 years research. 8 years.
Oh, okay. It's the sacred city of Karlsupe. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
8 years of research at the site unearthed 18 structures, including ceremonial temples and residual complexes. In buildings at the site, researchers discovered ceremonial objects, clay sculptures of human and animal figures, and necklaces made from beads and seashells. Again, seashells, which are often sold on the seashore, have to come from elsewhere.
But
Therefore,
does she sell them?
does
Does
she
she
sell
sell them,
them?
Mark? Does
Does
she
she?
sell them? Does
Does
she
she?
sell the seashells on the seashore, the Karlsupe seashore?
Do you?
I do actually. I might because Michelle does sell seashells on the Karlsupe seashore. For those who know, the Karlsupe seashore was inhabited somewhere between the 26th century BCE and the 20th century BCE. And
Ah.
it's very, very long. The site is about 60 hectares, 150 acres across. And it is some of it is very, very cool. And it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And some of it is just kind of these little meandering rock walls, which Mark will now put up on screen. But it is very cool. But very few people go there. I mean, it's 182 kilometers north of Lima, but it's something that people just really don't visit much. I think because all the other sites in and around that region get so much press that people just don't go to this one.
Can you think of any sites in particular that perhaps you might be interested in hearing more about at some point?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what other interesting sites could be in Peru or around that area
I don't
that
know.
I
I
would
don't know. Could
that
there be a site that you've been poking me to make a video about for a while now, and I seem to be
yes, it,
refusing?
it possibly could be that one. Which one is that one, Mark?
I don't know. I will have to look it up and find out. It's a very well known high up site where Transformers apparently fought recently. So there you go.
Well, I mean, considering we don't really know what Machu Picchu is for, that's as good a guess as any.
It could be a Cybertronian sports ground. Exactly. Now here's a name for you, Dr. Ruth Shady. Well, the real Ruth
That's a good one.
Shady. Please stand up.
Is she the real one?
Yeah.
That's great. I love it.
The archaeologist who led the recent research into Penico and the excavation of Caral in the 1990s said that the discovery was important for the understanding of what became of the Caral civilization after it was decimated by climate change. The Penico community was situated in a strategic location for trade, for exchange with societies from the coast, the highlands, and the jungle, Dr. Shady said, with her windows down and her system up. But
is she eating mom's spaghetti at the same time?
That's true, yeah. And was she ready? On the surface, she looks calm and ready.
We just keep going with this all day. I love this. I love that her name is it spelled? Is it spelled the same way?
Shady?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
So she is the real Shady.
Yeah, the real Shady. At a news conference unveiling the findings on Thursday, archaeologist Marco Macau, I see I was cocky with the Marco, a researcher for the Ministry of Culture, said that Penico's significance lies in it being a continuation of Caral society. Of course, they go on to say at the end, and Michelle will appreciate this, Peru is home to many of the America's most significant archaeological discoveries, including the Inca citadel of Machu Picchu in the Andes.
What's it for, Mark? What's it for?
It's for Transformers. And the mysterious Nazca lines etched in the desert along the central coast. That's another one, isn't it? The mysterious Nazca lines is a little bit like yeah, I mean, because we were talking.
Well, they're geoglyphs.
Yeah. And it's the way that people. Maybe we were talking about this before we pressed record, but it's the way that people, even academics, sometimes like to hold on to framing devices that there's really no excuse to continue. And in that sense, the Nazca lines are less mysterious today. They're impressive. There are all sorts of other wonderful words that you can use to describe them, but mysterious.
As Mark once said, derpy, because the one that was recently discovered is the most derpy looking cat you've ever seen.
Yeah. And that just shows you that the brilliance of the fact that they made these from the ground. Because if you're in a spaceship looking at that, you're going to go, no, no, no. Start again.
Why is the nose on the ankle?
Yeah. Have you ever seen a cat? No, no.
It's like those horrible, my favorite, those horrible medieval paintings or late medieval paintings where you have the horse from the head on, and you just go, have they ever seen a horse before?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's fascinating. Yeah. And someone just goes, yeah, I'd like you to paint a horse. And they go, I can totally paint a horse. And they just freak out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay in advance. Pay in advance.
Yeah. And now we're back to Mr. Horsley. Hello. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Today has been an interesting day, so thank you also to Michelle for modifying her schedule to fit in with weirdness at this end of things. And yeah, as ever, do comment below if there's any news stories you'd like us to take a look at. If there's any other things about these stories that you'd like to highlight or point out, do comment below. Or every comment, every like, every share, every poke in the eye is a good thing for the algorithm. So definitely get involved. You can find Michelle's other exploits over on her YouTube channel, the Legends and Lectures.
Legends and Lectures,
That's
which
it.
Mark said last week was Lectures and Legends.
Did
But
I?
Please don't, yeah, please don't poke me in the eye because I need those.
Yes, yes. La la la. And well, the thing is, you've got glasses, so you're protected. You're fine.
You say that, but let me tell you, things find their way in.
Oh, I see. Yes, okay. And I suppose finally as well, also do check out a video that you're going to be sharing, presumably
Yes.
going to be reposting soon, if not have already, an interview with.
So we did two things. So one
Yep.
was an interview with Dr. Smitty Nathan,
Yep.
who is on her own channel at Dr. Smitty Nathan. She's been doing a brand new podcast for archaeologists, historians, cultural things, linguistics, etc. At Curiosity Meets the Past, which is a free podcast that's in video format, very beautifully edited, video format on her channel or audio format anywhere you get your podcast. And as well, I just interviewed for lectures this month. I just interviewed Dr. Francis Young, who has a brand new book out about paganism in Lithuania and really just the Baltic region in general.
And he has
about
an amazing fringe.
Oh, he has stunning hair. So please do check out. He is really rocking that 2005 scene vibe.
Yeah.
So if you would love to see his lovely hair and hear his lovely voice, do check it out. It will be out by the time this podcast goes out. It will definitely be out on my channel as well.
Superb. If the first of those is already available, if not, whether it is or not, when it is available, I'll put the link below. Goodness sake, along with the one to Dr. Young. Oh, right. Thank you, guys. Until next time, do take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo.
Go.